Hello, Miss Janice from Oz. How you doing? How about now? Sometimes it's not bad to be in the dark. Hmm? Got no power. What kind of power? Hello, Diane. It gets too light if I. Hey, Mobang. I turn it up that much. Is that better or worse? Where you been, Mobang? I ain't seen you in a couple days. Oh. Diane, what you been up to, girl? Well, I'm early tonight. You ought to not be ready to take a nap yet. You just 11:30 when I come on. That's always fun. Yeah. Well, it's usually about 2:30 before I come on there, isn't it, Janet? Wait a minute, I gotta let Rocky in. Be right back. Hey, y'all always fussing about what time I come on. I come on earlier and y'all fuss worse. You can't please some folks. Hello, Lynn. Yeah, I know you gotta go take a nap before you dash, don't you? We haven't run. We've been running 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm trying to shorten them down just a little bit more. If I go to running 3.5, 3.5, 4 hours, then I ain't worth killing the next day. Well, I'm gonna start doing a pop up every once in a while just for grin. Hey, Camp Man, how you doing tonight? Oh, I took Rocky out this afternoon and ran him for about an hour. He's settled down a little bit. Hmm. That's not hard to do. I got to do that sometime this next week too. There's a lot of responsibility, but man, a lot of company too, though. And vets are expensive now. Ain't no telling what I've been on this little old dog on just on shots and stuff. if this drought continues, they're going to be finding a lot more of that kind of stuff. All right, Mr. Mobang, you have a good one too. Stay out of trouble. Hey, Angie, how you doing, girl? That lake out there in what is it, Nevada? Can't think of the name of the lake now. I think they brought it down 4 or 5 bodies where the water's down to low. Oh, they done much better in. They I keep babying them for another 3 or 4 days, and really the only time it hurts now is when I lay down and sleep. I sleep on my side, and that puts pressure on me. It hurts then, and if I cough, it hurts a little bit, but not nothing like it works. So they on me, and I'm about over that. I don't know it's there for a few weeks, but nothing real bad. Yep, it tickles me to death. I get enough of them ribs right quick. What kind of ribs I want food with it, some barbecue ones. I saw him come on a live someplace today, but he never did say anything. He comes in here and he don't say anything. I know it. I'm ready to do some of that. It's probably why that dog has so much stomach trouble or leaving goat. You talking about land cloud? got me confused too. Of course, that don't take a whole lot. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. And you want to come up here tonight? The last I saw, that was about what I heard too. Was dead burnt. Janice, you gonna tell me that you're ready for bed already too? Well, I could say something else, and that wouldn't sound right. Never mind. I doubt that. If I don't scare them away, you damn sure ain't going to. Hell, I scare me when I look in the mirror in the morning. Ooh, hello, cat. You got rough weather then? Hey, Daniel. Lightning and thunderstorms. Thunder roaring and lightning flashing. Are you doing okay, cat? Yeah, we're about due for another one. At least they got my new telephone pole in. It broke during that storm night before last. Snapped that pole half in two, but it was still standing up. They took 4 trucks in here to get that pole replaced. Had transformers on it, everything else. Ooh, that is so weird. And they'll start harvesting this corn down here in oh just a few weeks. I think they normally plant corn down here in February. Yeah, I am sort of happy about that too, Diane. It'd be a hell of a way to go, be walking along and a damn telephone pole fall on you. See the headlines now. And what he was reacting to is what gave him the PTSD, probably. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. Well, there's a lot of places up there still getting a lot of snow. I nearly had that happen to me, Diane. I was moving some bridge timbers that were about, I don't know, they probably 40 foot long. And I had them on a big winch truck we had. And I was picking them up, set them on the bed of that truck, and then pick them up, slide them up on the headache rack. And as I was sliding them up there, a piece of it splintered off. And when it stopped, it was about a foot wide. But it come up, went through the back window of that truck, and pinned me to the steering wheel. I don't know. If it went another foot, it'd punch plumb through me. Hello, kicking. That was one time I was glad that truck had an air horn on it. I just reached over and real easily shut it off to where maybe a vibration would make it slide anymore. And went to laying down on that air horn. They got another winch truck out there and hooked onto it and pulled it back about 6 inches, and I slid out from under it. You can get in some predicaments working construction all your life. Mm. To wonder what the body can take. Hey, Miss Cass, how you doing? You doing all right, Cass? Wow. Just using the vibrator to warm you up, Janice? Yeah. Couldn't let that one go by. Hello, Fairy Dust. Yeah, I just got your note a while ago. I hadn't checked my email. No, I don't trust you with better, Janice. It'd be about like you'd kill that poor little energetic bunny. Put them batteries in right, and that little bunny goes and goes and goes and goes. Put them batteries in backward is sort of bad because he just comes and comes and comes and comes. You must be in a good mood, Fairy Dust. Hello, Amy. How you doing, girl? There's that good-looking woman.
Whoa!
Hey, you
How are
Miss Amy?
you?
Doing good.
How
What
are
you
you?
up?
I just got back from a night of drinking.
What is it? Everything?
You what?
I said, well, let everything turn out all right.
Yeah. And tonight was only the first night. Like tomorrow, there's a whole day of drinking. Like we're meeting at 1, and it starts at like 1:30.
It'll be a long day.
Right? Hey, Kat, Scott, Ann, Janice, Diane. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just trying to stay ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
He's around someplace uniquely. He'll show up in a little while. Speaking of the devil, there he is right
There
there.
he is. Diane, the flight was a really rough flight. Like when we took off, like there was a lot of turbulence, and when we were getting ready to land, a lot of turbulence. And then I took a nap. At least I got to take a good 2-hour nap, maybe longer. So, because I was up at 3:30 our time, Ron, and then I probably slept from 2:30 to 4:30.
Wow. That's unusual for you, isn't it?
To take a nap, yeah. But I mean, getting up at 3:30 to make a 6 a.m. flight, it's rough.
Somebody else that flew somewhere. Oh, they flew down to Cozumel, I guess.
Okay.
They were talking about coming into Austin. Said about that last 3/4 of an hour. Said, man, it was so rough, it was unreal.
Yeah, it was like probably from where I can remember, probably one of the roughest takeoffs. Like, and it wasn't necessarily takeoff. It was like after we were in the air for a little bit, very, very rough. Like, and maybe even takeoff because it was very shaky. Like, it was like the runway needs to be redone. And then getting ready to land, like they picked everything up early and put the flight attendants in their seats way super early. Like basically as soon as they passed out the drinks, they came and collected everything and then sat down. And I mean, it's only an hour flight anyways, 45-minute flight anyways, so it's very quick, but super, super rough, like tons of turbulence. And I've experienced turbulence, but not like today.
Used to. Did you fly out of Love Field or DFW?
We flew into Love Field.
Boy, coming out of Love Field used to be rough.
Yep.
They had to hammer them planes hard to get over them buildings. I don't know how it is now, but
yeah. And so we experienced this at Love Field today. So we have a national account with National Car Rental, and so when I booked the reservation, like my managing partner, my boss was like, hey, I hate National. I need you to book the rental car. And I'm like, perfect. I've got it. Like I downloaded the app. I did it. And so my credit card expired April 30th. And I think I got sent my new one, but I don't know what happened to it. And so I need a new credit card. And I was like, well, it's not a big deal that I don't have a credit card. If I don't have my actual credit card, like I'm not going to use it. Like, and I would only use it for like medical expenses anyways, or like very, very large expenses. Like it's not something I use on a regular basis. Like I use my debit card, like I just pay everything off. And so I put pay at the counter. So we get to the rental car place and they're like, do you have your credit card? We need a new credit card on file for you. And I was like, well, I don't have my credit card, but I've got my debit card. And they're like, no, debit card's not going to work. So my boss is like, well, here's my card because either or we're going to get reimbursed for the rental car. Like work is going to reimburse us. Well, and that reminds me, I have something to show you guys. And so then they do his and they're like, and I guess he has an issue with this company. And they're like, well, sir, we're not going to be able to rent to you. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just put it on my debit card. No, we can't put it on your debit card. So we walked to the next place and they didn't have any cars. So we went back to the airport to take an Uber and I look on and I ended up getting one through Expedia through Budget. But it was a mess. I'm like, why won't you take my debit card? Like I would think a debit card is just as good as a credit card. Like you're getting the money either way. Like, and the debit card is, I would think, more reliable than a credit card because to make the debit card go through, you have the money where a credit card can go through and you don't have the money. You know?
yeah.
So, but National wouldn't take my debit card. They would only take a credit card.
It's crazy.
Yep. So we had issues with that. So we got to our meeting late, but I got something super cool at the meeting. Let me grab it. So as you know, I've been with my company for 15 years. Diane says, I love to fly, but short hops tend to make me nauseous. Yeah. I got my 15-year pin today, and it's a pendant, so I can wear it as a necklace.
That's cool.
It's 3 boomerangs, so it's 5, 10, and 15 with a little pearl in the middle. So I was super excited when he handed me, like, I knew I was gonna get a pendant or a pin for 15 years because I've gotten one for 5 and 10. And so I had told my old boss, Laura, I was like, hey, I want the silver pendant so I can wear it as a necklace. And she's like, okay, I'll let John know. And I got a silver pendant as a necklace, 14 karat gold.
You did all.
Or white gold.
You did all the good, didn't you, Gal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to finally get it today because my anniversary was March 3rd.
Yeah, that's good. I tell you what, it's a little unusual anymore for people to stay with the company very long.
Well, my first job was with the library, and I was with them for almost 10. I worked on and off with the school district for many years, like between as an aide, subbing, and then as a para. So, like, the jobs that I've had have been for the companies that I've worked for have been for a significant amount of time. Like, I'm not just I don't work there just for a couple months. Like, if I go in, I'm there for a while.
You know what's funny about the flying? There's some of these in here that used to love the flying. They don't do it anymore. I had pilot's license and was going up for my instrument rating, and sort of got out of it. Now I don't fly anymore. Just sort of got out of it. Amy froze. You look like you was asleep. No, she's
I
not.
got a Snapchat from an old friend.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, guys. Yep. It's awesome. Maybe it is an opal. I don't know. It looks like a pearl to me, but I don't know what's on the 15. The diamond is on my 10-year one, or like a quartz, like a clear one. But that's what's on it.
Kicking wanted to know if the pendant. He said the pendant was nice, but he wants more vacation days.
Yes. So, but I need to look again here soon because when I put in my PTO for these next 3 days, it said I only had 80 hours available, and that's 2 weeks, and I should have 3 weeks available. My vacation should have gone from 3 weeks to 4 weeks, or 3 to 4. Yeah, 3 to 4. I should get 4 weeks of vacation now. And a large raise. So, funny story. By moving to Texas, I got a raise just by moving to Texas because there's no state tax in Texas. So there was no state tax taken out of my paycheck. And then my first review, I got a raise. And then when I moved to Amarillo, I got a raise. So
Texas has been pretty good to you, hasn't it?
Yeah. Like, seriously, just by moving to Texas, I got a raise.
Yeah.
Because even though I lived in Independence, but the store that I was assigned to was Kansas City, I was paying state tax, and then Kansas City does a 1% tax. So 1% of my paycheck automatically went to the city of Kansas City. And then I was paying state taxes on top of that. So when I moved from the Independence store to the Kansas City store, I was getting paid less. And I told my boss, I was like, my old boss was like, I'll give you a raise for going to Kansas City, blah, blah, blah. And then he got fired right before I was transferred. And he made the transfer go through. And he's like, no, I'm not going to pay you more money. I'm like, but I'm making less money by working here. Like, because they're taking out the 1%. So he gave me a 1% raise to counteract what I was losing. And I'm like, okay, well, you're a jerk. And I didn't mesh well with him at all. And then so By moving to Texas, I kept my 1% in state taxes. So made more just by moving. It's crazy to think that. But from moving from Kansas City, Missouri to Fort Worth, Texas, I made more money.
Well, you know, there's 2 or 3 states that are like that. I got a friend.
Texas doesn't have state tax. Florida doesn't have state tax. And I think there's a couple others.
I got a friend of mine that lives up north, and he's a 100% disabled vet, and then he's old enough to draw Social Security too. And they tax both of them in that state.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, Social Security and his VA benefits too.
But then I sit there and I'm like, okay, in Missouri, like I own my car. Like I'm not paying off my car. Like my car is 100% paid off. 2014. 100% paid off. In Missouri, I had to pay property tax on my car. Personal property tax on my car. On a vehicle that I outright own. Like I don't owe any money on it. Like I'm not paying any lien. Like nothing. Like I own it. Still had to pay personal property tax. And then it goes down each year as you own it because it obviously depreciates as the older the vehicle gets. Then you have your personal property tax on any vehicle you own, a camper, an RV, a house, like any property that you own, you pay personal property tax. And you have to pay it before you can renew the tags for your car. You're paying state tax. And like I even had extra money taken out of my paycheck to cover state tax, and I still owe the state of Missouri every tax season. I'm like, how much more can you take out of my paycheck to where I don't owe you money come April? I don't understand this. Like why I owe you money every April. Like you're taking out extra money.
Yeah,
I moved to Texas. I have no personal property tax. I have no state tax. Like how does this work out? Like Missouri's like taking all this extra money from me, and Texas takes no money from me. Like how does this even make sense?
Texas has got to.
People keep moving to Texas because it's not, and you only pay property tax on your home that you own. And now they kill you on that, but you're owning a home. Like that's more in paying taxes. That's more understandable. But how can Texas function as a state with money, not charging personal property tax, not charging state tax, but like Missouri is like severely in debt and they're taking all this money from you?
Well, Texas has got a really good economy and has for a long time, all part of it. And then it's big enough to be very, different kinds of industries. And it's got the Gulf Coast, which that's where most of your gasoline's refined at. I was reading a deal one time, and they said Texas was the 3rd richest. If Texas was a country, it would be the 3rd richest country in the world.
Oh wow!
And so and plus it just property taxes are high in Texas. Now that's right.
But you have to own a home. You only pay property tax if you own a home. Like you don't owe it on a car. Like when I get my car tagged. Like, so funny difference. So I've lived in Missouri, Kansas, and Texas. In Missouri, you got a bill in December to pay your personal property tax. And then if you didn't pay it in December by December 31st, like it gave you a rate of like, if you pay it in January, if you pay it in February, March. And basically you had to pay it to title or to get the new tag on your car, the new sticker. And then so you had to get an inspection and pay the $12 cash to get the inspection. And then you went and you paid whatever for either 1 year or 2 year tags. And then you got your tag, your sticker for your license plate. And you paid so much money, but you had to pay your $400, $300, however much in property tax that you owed. Whereas in Texas, I had to go get an inspection. The inspection's a little bit more. There's more to it. Like they do like more testing than they did in Missouri. But you pay about the same for your plates for a year. And you're not paying $300, $400, $500 for property tax on your car that you own.
They tried to pass that one time, and boy, didn't. I think it got passed in part of the counties and didn't in the other part, and they threw it out on the.
But when I lived in Kansas and I went to go get Kansas plates on my car, like I'm used to paying like $40 at the Missouri DMV to get my tags on my plates. And she's like, that's gonna be $378. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, 378. I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, oh, you pay your tax now. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I wasn't expecting it because Missouri and Kansas were different. And then in Texas, it cost me like $50 to get plates on my car. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not paying the $300, $400 personal property tax.
Well,
on a
and
vehicle I outright own.
you ought to try Colorado. I've got a friend of mine that got a Class A motorhome, and they moved to Colorado. Well, when he brought his motorhome down there, he went to register it, and license plate for that motorhome were going to cost $1,200. And he went across the state line and got a mailing address in New Mexico, and in New Mexico the tag cost $150. That's just the way it is.
Yep. Here in Oregon, we pay property tax, gas tax, state tax, federal tax, and a tax called work tax, day tax. Just to work in Oregon, no sales tax though. I'm taxed for being taxed, says Renee. Yeah, taxes are crazy. Like, I don't know. And it's crazy how each state is so different.
Yep, that's right.
So different.
Oh, you know,
as far as taxes are concerned, Texas is like, for me living in an apartment and not owning my own home, taxes are so much cheaper here than, because there's no state tax on, there's no tax on food. Like, you're only paying for like junk food or like your sodas. Or in Missouri, we were taxed on more food. Like, the taxes are just crazy in Missouri. So I will never move back to Missouri. If I move out of Texas, I'm going to Florida. And that's because there's also no state sales tax in Florida or state tax in Florida. And I have more access to cruise ships. That's why weed is legal in Colorado. If you're high, it don't feel as bad when you're getting screwed. But Colorado is also one of the only states that's not in debt.
Well, I think that's part of Texas. I don't think it's in debt. Yeah, the taxes just, I don't even want to get started on that. Used to, when I was a kid growing up, the more you owned, the better off you were. If you own land and a house and a business and, you know, rent houses and all that kind of stuff. And now, the less you own, the better off you are. Just like you're talking about renting an apartment. And that's why so many people are doing this RV deal. It's so much cheaper. And since I moved into this RV, I have never lived this cheap in my life. It just, and it's so nice not to have to worry about a yard or taxes or something, you know. I enjoy the RV part of it. Getting sleepy?
Yeah, my friend was messaging me.
Oh, okay.
Tax for money that I have already paid taxes on. Yep, makes no sense. Absolutely, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Scott says Florida wouldn't be a bad move. Like, I was telling my boss tonight, like my two bosses, they're both here. And I was telling the one that he's like, said something. He asked me if I would ever go back to Missouri. And I'm like, hell no, I won't go back to Missouri. I go, if I move out of Texas, it's to Florida. So then my boss now thinks that I want to move to Florida. I'm like, no, I'm saying that. And we had all been drinking. I was like, I'm saying if I ever move out of Texas, it's going to be to Florida. Like, I'm only going to live in Florida or Texas. Like, I won't move anywhere else.
Well,
but I have no plans on moving out of Texas anytime soon. So, oh wow, Janice says, don't complain about property tax here. Is 2,100 plus a year. Car registration is excess of 890 a year. And don't ask about insurance. Oh, wow. Hey, Sharon and Liesel.
I've got a lady I went to high school with, and there's down close to Austin. There's 5 big lakes down there, just one on the same river. And that Lake Travis right outside Austin, she went in there and bought a lot, got married, and built a pretty nice home on it. I mean, nothing super fancy, but just a nice home. I talked to her about a year ago and asked her if she was still down at Austin. She said, no. I said, we're trying to sell out. I said, how come? I thought you loved that place. She said, we can't afford that place anymore. I said, well, what are you talking about? She said, the taxes on that place now are $27,000 a year.
Holy crap.
And she said, we can't afford to live there anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Taxes just sometimes don't make any sense. Like, why are you taxing us on stuff that we own?
Well, you don't ever get through paying like for a house. You just keep paying taxes for it. Hey, ooh, that's high on water.
Hey, Sharon. Quarter. Electric varies from 300 to 450 a quarter. Heating natural gas about 1,000 a year. The water and the electric doesn't sound too terrible if it's a quarter, so that's for 3 months. So it's about $100 a month for electric. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I pay around that average.
Well, do you pay your bills on your apartment or
I pay electric and water. Water gets lumped into rent in a sense that I've got my base rent and then I have water attached to it, and so I pay that. But then electric is I pay the electric company. And electric is different here than it was in Fort Worth, and it's different than it was it's similar to the way I paid it in Kansas City. So in Kansas City, we had the electric company, and that was your only option. When I moved to Fort Worth, one of my first questions is like, okay, what is an average electric bill run? And they're like, well, it depends who you use. And I'm like, what do you mean it depends who I use? And they're like, well, you have several options and you can go with who you want. And so you're kind of locked in at a rate of what you would pay for kilowatt hour, like so many cents per hour or like per wattage or whatever. So I thought that was a Texas thing, but I guess it's like a Fort Worth thing. And maybe other places in Texas do it, because then in Amarillo, they're like, no, this is who you use. This is a number you'll call. And so I'm paying almost more in electric here than I did in Fort Worth.
Well, the reason they're starting to separate the electric bill off where you pay it, they don't have anything to do with it.
Yep.
There was a law passed here a few years ago. There were some RV parks and apartments that were like buying electricity for 14 cents a kilowatt. And they were selling it to their people living in the houses and stuff at 20 cents a kilowatt.
Ah.
And so they passed a state law that if you own like your apartment, if you were getting a bill from them for electricity, they cannot charge you any more than they pay. So they don't make any money off of it. So now they want you to pay the electric company instead of having to do with it.
In Kansas City and in Wichita, like I paid the electric company. Like that wasn't new to me. What was new to me was when I moved to Fort Worth, they're like, you can pick who you go through for electric. And I'm like, that's weird. But in Amarillo, there's only the one company. So I'm used to paying electric. So that's not a big deal. And I'm used to paying like the extra fee for the water and stuff because I've had that in all the apartments too. But Fort Worth was weird that they're like, oh, no, pick what electric company you want. So you like research and you go with who you can get a better rate from. And they're all about similar. There wasn't much difference. Linda says, what does an apartment go for in Fort Worth? It depends the area. I would say between 8,000 and 1,100. 1,100, 800, 1,100.
Well, that's not too bad. hello, Sharon and Lisa. How you doing, girl?
Wisconsin goes by kilowatt. I think that they all pretty much do. But yeah, Fort Worth was weird because you picked your electric company. It wasn't like, oh, you have to use like. So when I lived in Kansas City, I lived in Independence, and so I used Independence Power and Light, and I paid Independence City Utilities for my electric. Where in Fort Worth, you have like so many different electric companies that you could pick from, and then you were under contract for a year. And it was like so much for kilowatt hour, and so it was more regulated, I guess, in a sense. Yep, for a 1-bedroom. And like in Kansas City, it was a little bit cheaper, but not a whole lot cheaper. But I mean, I was picky about I'm picky about where I live. Like I just won't live anywhere. Like I want to live in a good area. Like I don't qualify for the low income because I make decent money. I'm not going to live in a sketchy area. Like I'm going to live in a decent area. I need a washer and dryer hookup. I need somewhere that allows animals. Your rent is more than my mortgage. I know, like I want to own a home, but I won't own a home until I have my name above the door on an Outback because I can be relocated at any time. So I'm not going to own a home. And I'm not going to put myself in the situation of that I can't go somewhere that will further my career and my development and get me to where I want, if that makes sense. Like if my boss comes to me tomorrow, he's like, hey, I need you to move here to do this for so long, and then you'll get this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go where I'm needed to grow and get what I want. So I'm not going to own a home until I'm got my name on a door and I own that Outback.
$2,900 a month. Woo.
For a 2-bedroom apartment? Jeez. Yep. Yeah, Scott says that's good that you have the option of electrical providers. Here we only have one, and the wheels they have for the rats to run around data. Yeah, so in that fact of in Fort Worth, like you have so many providers to choose from, like it's very competitive, like they want your business, so it's almost a lower rate than if there's just one and they can charge you whatever because you're stuck. That's what you have to pay. Like I pay more in electric for here than I ever did in Fort Worth or in Independence. Or no, maybe Independence and here were similar, but it was definitely a lot cheaper in Fort Worth.
Well, the reason you got all the different providers, see, TXU owned the grid in Texas.
Yep.
Well, they control 90% of the electricity prices in Texas, and they broke it up. It was a monopoly, and they broke it up.
Yep.
So all these little companies now TXU's got to sell them electricity at a certain rate. And then they turn around and sell it to you. So
the rent is so crazy here. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that price sounds ridiculous. Like I pay less here in Amarillo. So moving to Amarillo, I got a raise and I pay less in rent in Amarillo than I did in Fort Worth.
Amarillo, I would think would be just a little bit higher on most stuff out there.
A lot of the places were about similar, but where I ended up is cheaper.
Wow.
Now, I love my apartment. Was it necessarily my favorite? I mean, it had everything I wanted except for the wood floors, but I'm on the second floor, so in any apartment on the second floor, I wouldn't have wood floors, where wood floors were really popular in Fort Worth. So I have all carpet, which is not necessarily a big deal, but it allows pets. A funny story is the apartment complex name I live in was the same apartment complex name that I lived in Wichita, and it's the same company.
Wow.
So it was a company that I knew, like the leasing, the property managers is a company that I knew, so I was already comfortable with them, and I never had a problem with them when I lived in Wichita. So I mean, it all worked. It all worked out. Amy, I have my name over an outhouse. Does that count? Sure. But one day my name is going to be above the door on an Outback Steakhouse as the managing partner proprietor. One day. Where it's going to be, I don't know, but it's going to happen one day.
And I tell you what, you may see this damn market crash again on these houses. There's so many people that they lost jobs during this
Yeah,
virus,
pandemic.
and they're not going to be able to make it. I talked to I helped a friend of mine buy an RV here this last week, and I was talking to that salesman a little bit, and I just flat asked him. I said, "How many people do you think are buying these RVs to live in now?" He said, "Well," he said, "I'm selling a lot of them, and what people are saying is that they're still got good credit and they're still able to pay their bills. But if either one of the wife or the husband, either one of them gets laid off, they're going to lose everything. They're going to
Yep.
lose the whole 9 yards." And said some of them is already in that process. And right now they've got good credit, so they'll go buy a nice RV and move into it if they lose their house, which is pretty smart, I guess. I know here in Waco they're building apartment complexes left and right. Everywhere you look, there's an apartment complex going up. Anybody else want to come up? Come on. Where did that Burn Kenny go? He was in chat a while ago.
I haven't seen him say anything since he said that.
Are you still out there, Kenny? Since I moved into this RV, my property taxes pay all my expenses. What I paid on property taxes pays every bill I've got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kenny's looking for a hole in one. What did I miss? Got to get out of Phoenix. It's getting worse by the day. Move to Texas. Texas is awesome. Like, I don't know about you, Ron, but I love Texas. Like, I think moving for me, even though my last 5 months since January, life has sucked and it's been terrible and awful with everything that I've been going through. Moving to Texas was the best decision I ever made for myself.
I love Texas now. I can go on a big trip or something, and I start coming back in. And when I cross that Texas line, I just go to breathing better. I'm Texan from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head now.
Like, I will say, like, I'm a Texan now. Like, there's something about Texas that I can't explain it, but Texas is. Linda, I'll be in Arlington tomorrow for the baseball game. I'm going to the Rangers game. They're playing the Angels. But I don't know how to explain about Texas, but it's, hey Ray, like, it's just amazing. Like, Texas it's different than Missouri and Kansas, and it's just, there's something about it that's just amazing.
It's a state of mind.
Yeah, like, it's the people in Texas are so different from anywhere, and just everything is so different, and people who are born and raised in Texas like have this Texas pride, and they just put it on everybody. And so even me, I've lived here for a year and a half, and I now have that Texas pride where I'm like, yeah, I'm a Texas, like, even though I've only lived here for a year and a half, like, yeah, I'm from Texas. Like, it's different, and it's so different from Missouri, like, and it's hard to explain.
Yeah,
5 years or planning. Yeah, I've only been here a year and a half. I moved September or into August 2020. It's almost 2 years. But I knew in February of 2020 that I was moving to Texas. The pandemic put it on hold. Like, I was supposed to move in July of 2020 based on when my boss and I talked, like training the new person that was coming in, and just like timing of it and going out. Like, we had decided May of 20 or July of 2020, but it didn't happen until September of 2020 because the pandemic pushed it back.
Oh.
Oh, Kenny's got the solo layout now. What's going on, Kenny?
Take me down, please.
I must have hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, Kenny.
Oh, Lord.
Linda says people drive so fast here. People really don't drive here. Like, the worst drivers, like my boss and I were talking about it today, like the worst drivers are in like Kansas City, and he said Chicago. I've never been to Chicago, so I don't know. But Texas drivers aren't really that terrible compared to Kansas City.
Oh, no. There's nothing like Chicago or Salt Lake City. Now, they run... They don't mess around. They don't drive 50 miles an hour.
No.
You know, and they're going to run about 80, 85. Of course, the speed limit in a lot of Texas is 80, 85.
75 on most places.
Yeah. Well, if you get out on like Interstate 10 or South Texas, it's 80, 85 miles an hour.
Okay.
And they'll run, you know, if they can run 85, well, they'll be running 95.
Yep.
Same thing, if they're running 75, they're running 85 and 90.
Well, Linda, that's because Abilene is special. Like Amarillo and Abilene, and I heard Midland is terrible. Amarillo and Abilene are special. It's different than Fort Worth. It's different than the Metroplex of DFW. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got bad drivers everywhere, you know.
Yeah. But I was telling my boss, like, when we were driving from the airport to the meeting this morning, and I was like, you know, traffic in DFW isn't all that bad. Like, yeah, it's bad. Like, you can get caught in rush hour or construction or an accident, and it's going to hold you back. But in my opinion, I would rather drive in Fort Worth in DFW, the Metroplex, than in Kansas City. Kansas City, and the way I say it is, Kansas City, you have like 435 and I-70. Those are your two main interstates. And then you have like 350 and 470 and those little outskirt interstate highways, whatever. But in DFW, you have 820, I-20, I-30. Like, you have so many ways to get to the airport that, yeah, I knew how to get to the airport, but I would still put it in my GPS because it gave me the quickest route. Because you had like 4 different ways to get to the airport. Where in Kansas City, you had one way to get to the airport. You know?
Well,
unless
you know,
took back roads that took even longer.
You got 35 and 45 and 75 all coming into Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah, there's so many ways to get there that even if you know where you're going, GPS is still your best friend because you put that address where you're going, and it's going to tell you it's going to give you like 6 or 7 different ways to get there, but it's going to tell you the quickest route at that time of day. So one way might be better at 1 o'clock as opposed to a different way at 7 p.m. But you have those options. You have those many different ways to get there. You're just not forced into one way.
Hello, Ray. And those
Hey,
things,
Ray, Van Life Rocks, Camp Girl 1, Traveling with Special Abilities, NJ, Kicking It Country, Fairy Dust, Cash Love, everybody in the chat.
Linda, what area of Fort Worth were you in? I got rear-ended in Highway 20 going to the zoo. Okay, I know where that is. I know where 20 is. I worked at Bryant Irvin on Bryant Irvin in 20. So that's the area that I lived in was Bryant Irvin in 20 in the southwest part.
you know the difference in a Yankee and a damn Yankee?
No.
A Yankee, somebody comes to Texas and visits and goes back home, and a damn Yankee is one that comes to Texas and won't leave.
You know, do you want to hear a fun fact? Guess how many times I had been to Texas before I moved to Texas?
I ain't no telling. I know I'd heard you say you'd been down in Fort Worth and Houston before.
I had only ever been to the DFW airport, and I guess Houston once that I flew into Houston to go out of Galveston for a cruise. And I kind of already knew at that time that I would probably be ending up in Texas at some point soon. But I had only ever been to the airport and out of a cruise in Galveston. I'd been to the DFW airport, Houston Hobby Airport,
Ooh.
and at a cruise out of Galveston before I made the plunge and moved to Texas.
Mm.
Hey, loves you.
Yeah, loves fun. I tell you what,
so
you're a prime example of what happens when people move to Texas. I can remember when you first moved to Amarillo, you didn't really like it out there.
yeah, I like Fort Worth much better than I like Amarillo.
There's the other outdoors adventures with Rod.
Hey, but after a little bit, it starts to grow on you,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of sneaks up on you. But the other thing that tickles me about Texas, people think that come through on 40, they think Amarillo and all that country around there is what all of Texas is. They don't realize how you can just about get in any kind of country you want to get into. What you say, Mr. Ray? You gonna come on up here, Ray? Kenny, what you been doing, man?
I've been binge watching YouTube videos and catching up on videos and trying to upload videos from my channel. Got a couple of them out there ready to go. Got a premiere tomorrow afternoon at 12:20, just before Roy and Becky go live, and it's of the Helen, Georgia, where I went to Betty's Country Store Market back in March. And I got a premiere already set for Friday to go in the Ray Parade at 2:10.
You're a busy turkey, ain't you?
Yeah, well, I want to get all that footage out there before. See, I've had technology fail me too many times and stuff, and I don't trust technology at all. Period.
I understand.
I want to get it out there and.
Well, come on and visit, Ray.
Yeah, come on, Ray.
No, that's Van Life Rock.
Fair Dutch, you come on up here too if you want to. Anybody wants to come up, come up.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, how are you all?
Hello, Mr. Ron.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, just out riding around Chicago.
Yeah. Okay. Been there, done that.
Yeah, there's O'Hare Airport.
Yeah.
Yep, just out riding around, just trying to make $1.
Where you headed now?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Well, hey, Patricia G. That is Magnificent Germany with Darian's mama.
Ah. Yeah, I hadn't talked to y'all in a while.
Have you heard anything from Barefoot lately?
It's been about a week, but she's been having some episodes.
Ooh.
And she texted me and said that she was trying to get on a first shift schedule to see if it didn't help. So, and they changed a bunch of her medicines and stuff. So, she's trying to do all that so she can get her seizures under control.
But I guess it's been a month and a half since I've seen her.
Yeah, it's only been about a week for me.
But you see her again, tell her I said hello. I like her.
I certainly will. I love that woman to death.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. Yep, she's the only one I call my internet wife.
Yeah.
I love Dana to death.
I've been on her live streams. I'd go 6-7 hours with. I'd be up on her panel and stuff.
Oh yeah, as long as she's on, huh?
Yeah.
She's a very fun person.
She really is.
Yeah.
And I bet you, I don't know if I'd want to make that woman mad though.
Oh no, I'd say definitely not.
Yeah, I think that she could probably be a twister if she got stuff.
Yeah, I'd say she could spit some nails.
Yeah. Most women can, but I got a funny feeling Barefoot like a damn machine gun. Nails everywhere.
I know I love hearing her laugh. I know that.
Oh yeah. She's a very fun person.
Well, I tell you what, we've been letting Kenny slide for the last few days. We haven't been messing with him on his nickname. You know what Kenny's new nickname is, don't you, Ron?
Boobs?
No, it's Kenny B double D.
Kenny B double D.
Kenny B double D.
Look at him rubbing his cheeks.
Yeah, I ain't been around much, but I've seen Kenny went to his first Ford F-100 show.
Yeah, I got some video footage coming out from that.
Yeah.
I was looking at the views on that. I believe the last time I looked at the views of that, it was like 236 views just on that one video.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people like them older trucks.
And well, I can imagine why, because it ain't got all in computer sensors and all that stuff like today's vehicles got.
Yeah, ain't no plastic on them vehicles.
No, they ain't.
You find a piece of plastic on that vehicle, it's going to be on the distributor, and that's about it.
Where my car has so much plastic.
Yeah.
But I love my car, so.
That,
He knew most tractors I buy or I've been buying is they're the same way. They're got a frame and everything else is plastic.
What do you drive, Amy?
I have a 2014 Ford Escape.
Ford Escape.
Wow.
I got a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
It has every option you can think of. It's 7 years old, but
I just looked into that video even more just now. 904 views.
Awesome.
mhm.
Yeah, on that.
It jumped to 904?
Yep.
Wow.
Hello.
That's on that. That's
Hey,
on
Renee, how are you?
Doing
Good.
good. How are you?
that video. 904 videos.
Huh.
Hello, Prairie Duck.
That's a lot of views.
Howdy there, Ron. How's
Hey,
it going?
Brene.
Howdy there, Scott. How's it going?
Have you talked to Dana lately, Brene?
I texted her over a week ago, or about a week ago.
Yeah, it's been about a week since I've heard from her.
Yep. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she did tell me though she's trying to get on a first shift schedule to see if it would help her any. So I assume that's what she did.
Hey, cruising. How you doing?
Hey, Cruising.
And hello, Ray and Kickin and everybody in chat that I can't
Scott
see.
and Diane. I know Kat was here.
Now, Cat done went to bed, I think.
Did she? Darren's mom, Patricia, Andrea. That looks about it right now.
Ray.
Although there's people out there lurking that aren't talking. You should talk. Say, hey, what's up?
Yeah, there's 24 people in here. So
And like 5 people are chatting. Come on. You other 20 people say hello.
the one night in here, we had 30-something people, and there were there was me and 2 more people up on the screen. And I'm like, I was trying to shut down, and every time I started to shut down, well, there'd been more people coming in.
And you can't really shut down when people keep coming in because you got the numbers. So
Yeah.
Was I around that night?
Do what?
Was I around that night?
Yeah, you were around somewhere.
You're probably on panel.
I
oh,
tell you
that Cass, she's one of the lurkers. Lurking and listening because she's still working.
Yeah, she's moving furniture, and she was showing me her place and all her plants galore. Beautiful.
See, I kill plants. Like I was telling somebody, I was like, like I would forget to water plants. I was like, my cats are lucky that they only get food and water because they meow at me and let me know they need food.
Yeah, I could kill a cactus.
I'm like, at least my cat looks at me and they're like meowing at me, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should feed you, like, or oh, you need water? I got you. Let's go. Like a plant, like I would totally forget about, and like 6 months later, I'm like, I don't even remember the last time I watered you, plant. Like,
Uh-oh.
but the cats let me know.
I used to tell my wife that she could kill plastic flowers.
Probably. How I've kept a cat alive for 16 years, I'm not exactly sure.
Good night, NJ. Take care.
Good night,
Good
Ian.
night, NJ. Hey, T.
Night, NJ.
But these cats, like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll start, like, I'll get my phone and I'll start, like, looking at, like, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and they start meowing at me, like, I'm like, even if I don't, like, if my alarm goes off, like, and I hit snooze and I'm, like, still trying to sleep, they start meowing at me. I'm like, how do you know I'm awake? Like, Now you want food, so I have to get up and feed you.
Right? They love to play at night when you're ready for bed. My
Yep.
two little Laverne and Shirley, my two little baby Siamese kittens, they used to run around right over my face when I would be in bed asleep. Make me laugh.
And now I'm thinking about getting a dog, so like a puppy, but it'll be fun. The puppy will let me know when it needs food and water and to go outside, and it will get me to go outside and do some exercising and stuff. So
That's crazy little old bulldog of mine. He's got a habit. He sleep up on the bed. You wake up in the middle of the night and he'll have his nose right up against your nose.
isn't this the same dog that put his tongue in your ear?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
I thought I was having a good dream there for a while.
I even heard Papa on that one.
It's probably a good thing that you took that it wasn't in your mouth.
I'm glad I didn't try to French kiss back.
hey Scott, that's a cute little thing that ate at home. Like, that's the cutest kitten in the freaking world. Your kitten is so freaking cute. Like, I want one that's that cute. Like, Azula was that cute when she was a kitten. I mean, she's still cute now. She's just 16. She's older. And Malibu was cute, but he's just mean and evil.
You talking about Kenny being evil?
No, Kenny's not evil.
He is too.
Hey, Kenny, you never answered. Did you ever answer our question from the other night?
I just said I ain't gonna be grabbing them.
Kenny, shh. Remember. Shh.
Ron might help you with that question, Kenny.
Yeah. Ask him the question, Kenny. Ask Ron the question that we asked you the other night.
How would you tell the difference between
Ron, you might have someone in the basement.
How do I tell the difference in what?
between a drag queen?
Between a woman and a drag queen.
A woman and a drag queen.
How do you tell the difference between a woman and a drag queen?
Huh?
Yes.
Hold on, Ron. The backstory to this is the cruise that we're going on October. There's a group of drag queens going on this cruise, according to our Facebook group.
I am so glad I did not go on this cruise.
And Kenny
Anybody
wants,
else like this stuff? Black licorice. I got myself some.
uh-oh.
Kenny, all I can do is tell you to practice feeling silicone.
But we decided he might be better off motorboating the drag queen than a real random woman. Because the drag queen's not going to care. A random woman's going to punch him in the face.
Yeah, true. I don't
Kenny,
know.
Kenny come back with two black eyes.
Hi, G.
I don't know.
Hey,
You feel the right ones. They might like it.
Yeah.
So, Scott, your kitten's chewing and scratching because he's probably teething. And his claws, that's just what the kittens do. Like, you just need to get him toys that he can scratch on, like a scratching post. And, like, if he starts scratching you, like, put him with the scratching post and, like, show him to scratch on that.
You can always scratch my back.
Oh, we can say anything we want to say to Cass now. She got her mouth full.
Hey, Anna, how are you?
Okay. Yeah, Fairy's gonna massage my back. I'm gonna massage her back. We're gonna become roommates. And whenever I need my feet massaged, she can massage my feet. Whenever she needs her feet massaged, I'll massage her feet.
No, Cass.
like you got a
said I was
plan.
gonna hire you to scratch my back. Hire you to Give me that iced coffee with the ice cube coffee.
All I want in return is to be able to get that done for me. You know, I need my back massaged.
I'll pay you. I'll pay you.
It's like a trade. No, it's a trade.
Oh no, I can't. I don't have the strength.
Well, hold on. Anna, she'll pay you to do that, and then you can go get it professionally done.
There you go.
But they
I'll
might
hire
have to
somebody. I'll hire somebody to scratch both our backs. How's that one?
There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna pay for mine, then might as well pay for your own too. Might as well just all go
I
together.
guess.
I
Have
don't
a
know
big
why you,
spa day.
I don't know why you girls would pay for that. You got cats.
You
I don't
see
need
that?
those kind of
Don't mean it.
scratches.
Just grab them by the tail and hold them over the back of your head. They'll scratch, I promise.
Although Malibu has been very sweet lately, like when I'm laying on the couch, like doing YouTube or whatever, he'll come up to me and he'll like put his paw on my arm, so he's trying to comfort me when I'm having my panic anxiety attacks. So it is super sweet. But then like 30 seconds later, he bites me, so it doesn't really work out.
No.
It's a love-hate relationship, eh?
Yeah, he tries, but then he decides that biting is more fun, and instead of a paw on my arm to comfort me, like biting my arm is a lot more fun to him. I don't know. He's evil.
My
night.
baby's
When
right
he
here
was
right now.
younger, I called him my evil little snow tiger.
Evil cat.
Yep, he was my evil
Never
little
mind.
snow tiger.
There's mine. She's always where I am. She's always like nearby.
You need to turn your camera sideways, Cass.
What?
You
Turn
need
your
to turn.
phone sideways.
Oh, yeah, I probably should do that too, shouldn't I?
No, you were good, Ron. There you are. You're good, Ron.
Oh, we're on the road. Oh.
Oh, my phone was sideways when I went like this. Yeah, I have it in the thing right now. Let me take it out of the thing and I can turn it around. I can show you guys what I've done today already. Oh my God, I've done so much work.
Yeah, mine's probably better now too, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, you've been good, Ron.
There.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to turn the camera around. How do I do this?
Mine's
Oh yeah,
probably
option.
shaking more.
Do. This is
Good night.
all the stuff I've done.
Lorraine, you have a good night now, girl.
Good night, Lorraine.
Good night,
Good
Lorraine.
night, Lorraine.
Night, Lorraine.
G has
That's
his
all I got.
AC on. Okay. Is it really hot, G, in Nevada?
So
Oh,
done.
G-Man.
All done almost.
G-Man's here. Hey, G-Man.
Pretty cozy now.
That's
Just
that night.
don't fight these attacks. Just accept them. Something like that. I'm on meds now, so hopefully they start kicking in. I talked to somebody today. I'm gonna start. I've been taking him at night, but I'm gonna start on Friday taking him in the morning, or like around 11 a.m. Hey, Michael Ann.
Hey, Michael Ann.
Hello, I've been with G.
Hey, Michael Ann.
Yeah.
Spoiled mama.
Hi, Michael.
Spoiled mama. I was at this weekend. Spoiled mama this weekend.
Cass,
Oh,
what'd you do to your hair? It don't look as red tonight as usual.
My hair?
Yeah.
Well, I have this in there, and I just did it. So I just did
It
my
looks
hair.
like
It's
Go ahead,
because it's on this camera. This camera makes it look pink.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, look at my hair. Woo!
but
Wild,
I'm not
wild
going the
girl.
other way.
One wild. Yeah, I might mop a floor with this hair right now.
So
It's
glad
cute.
I'm not going south or north.
Yeah.
Where
You're
you
not
headed,
going
Ron?
north? Are you going south?
All that traffic going north.
Where are you at, Ron?
Chicago,
Okay.
Chicago. Wow.
Chi-Town is what truckers
Chi-Town.
call it.
Chi-Town. I
Yeah,
know that.
I'll tell you
I know
what,
that.
I'm
area.
glad it's you and not me. I done paid my dues.
I have my friends had family up there. My Native American friends, they used to talk about Chi-Town.
I'm
Chi-Town was
sorry.
their town. It's a really it's a really rough town, eh?
Yeah,
Hey?
Chicago's pretty rough. I don't recommend Chicago to anybody.
Sharon, I did
Yeah, I
have
heard-
to quickly work today. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, and I had a work meeting from we got there about 9 to 12, and then we took forever to get into the hotel room because they didn't have a room ready, even though we had early check-in. And then I took a nap, and then I went out to dinner and drinking. And then tomorrow's all fun of more day of drinking and a baseball game.
Ooh,
And then
nice.
I don't go back to work until Monday.
Oh,
So I'm not working until
nice.
Monday.
Nice.
Awesome.
Are
I
you,
drive about 2,500 miles a week.
Oh, geez. I hate driving.
I like driving. I do.
It's not bad.
I
I
like it.
don't mind being a passenger. I just hate being
So
the
Ron-
driver.
Ron, you used to do this or what?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I ran semi for a while, and then ran a hot shot rig for a while, and then I pulled RVs out of Elkhart for a while.
Ah, okay.
I went for
Yeah.
a drive with a friend of mine. We went for like a 3-hour drive to go drop something off, and I got to go in this big truck, and it was fun. I like going in a big truck. Pretty interesting.
Sharon, I am at the Courtyard Marriott in City View. So I'm at Bryant Urban in 20 right now.
Do what?
City
Sharon
View,
knows what I'm talking about. She knows where I'm at. By
Heck.
saying that.
Excuse me.
That went right over the top of my head.
But the Courtyard Marriott in City View at I-20 and Bryant Urban.
What are you laughing about, Kenny?
The way you did.
Basically, I can probably show up if Gary works tomorrow. I can show up to his work and go find Gary and say, "Hey, Gary, I'm Amy." Yep, so close. Yep, and then we'll be in Arlington tomorrow for the baseball game.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Hello, Kendra. Yeah.
Kenny, right away.
Kenny like got whiplash there.
Mhm.
Yep, Sharon, so close.
Kenny.
What?
What?
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
hey, Ron, you are froze on my screen.
Yeah, you are frozen.
Not on mine.
Yeah,
wait, he is.
froze.
Yep. You can see Ron driving, Kenny's moving, I'm moving, you're moving. Brene, we just got a picture and Ron is frozen.
Move your head, Ron.
So
We
he
just
said
had-
hi to Kendra, but I haven't seen Kendra, so I don't know.
We just took over Ron Darrell's stream.
I
Been
just,
hijacked.
I just,
We can,
to
we
wake.
can hear you, Ron, but you're frozen.
Yep.
Okay, let me.
Refresh.
Kenny, you're in charge. Oh, he's back.
Is it moving now?
Yeah, it's moving now.
No,
And it's
Kendra wasn't in here, Amy. I just wanted to see.
Okay, I gotcha.
Double D's reactions.
I was a little confused.
Kenny
I'm
and
like,
his
I know I
whiplash.
drank tonight, but I didn't drink that much.
What was the drink tonight, Amy?
I started off at dinner with Malibu and Dr. Pepper. Then we moved to a new bar, but they did not have Malibu and they did not have Dr. Pepper, so I drank vodka lemonade.
Oh,
And then
that
the
sounds
last
good.
place we went, I had one drink because we wanted to go somewhere quiet, and then that just place we were like, we're done. I had a vodka Sprite. But I cannot tell you how many drinks I've had tonight. No idea.
No.
Normally, I have a count. I know. Tonight, no idea. None.
Enough, right? Just enough.
But
I'm planning
yeah,
one of
no
those
idea.
days soon.
I
I'm
just
planning
know
it.
I wasn't paying for them. I
Oh,
spent
even better.
$0.
Even better.
Yep.
I'm going to party in a Spanish bar very soon. I'm going to Leamington. It's like 3 hours from here. And there's a Spanish bar there. And I'm going to see if I can go live there.
Oh, cool. So I was in it. We were in like a Spanish bar, like from dinner to like the third place that we showed to, like where I drank the vodka lemonades. It was like a Spanish bar. Like
That's cool.
me, Caitlin, my friend Caitlin, manager Caitlin, and Laura, and my boss Paul. We were the only 4 white people in that place.
Not me.
You just have to go get some spray on tan.
So you felt like a green M&M in the wrong bag.
Right. We were the only white people. Everybody else was Hispanic.
Crazy.
Which is fine. I mean, I don't care. Like, we were with 2 of the people with us are Hispanic, so I mean, we kind of blended in, but we were the only 4 white people in that whole place.
Blend. Everybody blends with a couple of drinks.
Yeah, right.
You were the little gringas. Yeah, you were the little señoritas, the gringas.
The gringos.
Me comprende poquito español.
Hey, Ron,
¿Español? ¿Quién habla español aquí?
Ron, you'd be cracking up at me. I'm sitting here watching that screen, and you driving, and hell, I'm checking my mirrors every once in a while. Funny you get in that
Yeah.
habit.
I've been doing it around myself for 27 years now.
Wow.
I didn't do it that long. I did for about 10 years, I guess. But I was always around trucks and stuff and delivering steel and stuff like that when I was in business. So I've been around them a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take my hat off to y'all. I couldn't put the DOT any longer.
Yeah.
I was running all 48, and they changed. Time you can run across the country and turn around and come back, they done changed the damn law.
Yeah. It still happens that way.
Diane, I walked in a bar in New York City one day for one afternoon rate. Walked in there and ordered a Lone Star beer.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
How many drinks you had?
Just twice. I did it earlier, right, Perry? I
Yes,
dropped
ma'am. Knocked me down on my feet there.
Never mind dropping the mic. I dropped the whole phone. Drop the mic. But I'm gonna get out of here. It's been fun, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for having me.
Have a good night,
Bye, guys.
Cass.
Good night,
Have a good
Cass.
Good night, Cass.
See you guys.
Okay, we'll see you.
Mm-hmm. She tickled me to death. What are you so quiet about, Perry Dust?
I'm reading Janice. She says, Ron's been around so long he knows Moses.
That's my first cousin.
Hey, Peppa, I hear you in the background out there.
Thank you.
Howdy, howdy.
I was waiting on Ron to finish the story about the Lone Star beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're still waiting on
Yeah.
that story.
Oh, well, he knew I was from Texas pretty quick.
Oh, okay. I thought there was gonna be a punchline.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we all thought there was more to that story.
I thought maybe a bee crawled into it.
Oh shit! I mean, oh dang!
Oh,
Bring up the warning zone.
Kenny.
Well, I tell you what, Ron. You know, you think Kenny's a nice guy. Here about 2 weeks ago, I broke 3 ribs. And every time I get in a damn chat with him, he'll go to laughing because he thinks it's just funny as hell.
Oh, I know. I've been watching. I've been lurking. You guys counting to 10.
And
I've
backwards.
been around. You just didn't know it, did you?
Oh, a lurker. There you go.
I told him he was plumb sadistic. He finally asked me what in the hell that was. Well, did you come up with an answer yet, Kenny?
No. No.
Damn, your voice is changing.
My voice is changing.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Kenny's going to have fun on that trip.
I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it for sure.
Oh, he's gonna enjoy it, all right.
Yeah, you will.
I'd like to go on that trip too.
I'd like to be a fly on the walls, all.
We're gonna get Kenny to dance on the Lido deck, and he's gonna
No.
interact with the drag queens.
No.
Hold on, he's gonna dance with a drag queen on the Lido deck.
No.
Oh, they'll kidnap you, Kenny. They'll kidnap you.
Next thing we know, Kenny's gonna show up in drag.
No, I don't know.
Kenny's just hey, he'd make a damn ugly woman.
We're gonna see still shots
No.
with Kenny in the middle.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna make you dress in drag, Kenny. They'll make you all womanified.
Put
Drag.
some lipstick on.
And we have to come up with a really good name for you.
Oh,
Mrs. Pineapple.
No way. No way. Mm-mm.
Kelly, the Ford lady.
you just stay away from them, Kenny. You just run, okay? Just stay away from them.
Well, hold on. Does he need a run from us or the drag queens?
All of them. All of the females,
Both.
Kenny.
Both.
Hey,
Poor
Kenny, you
Kenny.
know, Blaine and I've already talked to the cruise directors, so there's that going for us.
I tell you what, I just solved your problem, Kenny.
What's that?
They're talking about quail and bumblebees and stuff in this chat over here. That's the way you sell. If you just catch you 4 or 5 bees, and every time you got around some good-looking woman, drop one in her britches, well, you could tell pretty what I was saying. You could find out right quick if it was a she-male or a he-male.
Scott says, Kenny, I figured out how you can tell the difference between a woman and a drag queen. Put a bee in their dress.
Yeah.
And then Linda says, we better give Kenny some clues how to tell a drag queen from a real woman.
Just take a leaf blower, Kenny. Then you won't have to
Well,
touch them. You can
If
just
you
blow
wear
their
a dress
dress
on the
up.
Lido deck, like if I wear my sundresses, like I have a pair of like a yoga pant type shorts, like workout shorts that I'll wear underneath because the wind will catch your dress, and at least I'm underneath. So I mean, the wind will catch the dresses.
Oh Lord, I wouldn't do that. If I was a woman, I'd be going with nothing down there.
Give to me your leather, take from me my lace.
I always figured if I could turn into a woman, I'd just stay home and play all day.
Oh, if us guys could turn into real women, we'd be rich, wouldn't we?
Hey, Kenny, you're turning red.
I'm in the wrong chat. I know I am.
Kenny, you really need a shirt that says "I'm in the wrong chat."
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, and Kenny, you have to bring your motorboating shirt on the cruise.
Okay.
Okay. And loving
Now-
it too.
And wear the shirt. That's how you tell, Kenny. That is how you tell. Just wear that shirt. You'll be able to tell. Of course, I don't know anymore. Guys can grow them too nowadays.
Oh, I see.
Mm-mm-mm. Lord, what have I got myself into?
Kenny could be kindled. No, wait, we got done one of those. Look
he's-
for the lump, Kenny, on both ends.
Just call them Lolas. That's what I call them. The trans.
Lola?
Yeah, just call them a
Wasn't
bunch
Lola a
of Lolas.
showgirl?
Dollar store.
Yeah. There you go, Gamey. Yeah.
You got a guy that works down at the dollar store. He calls his hair purple. And it's down on his back. And he wears colored fingernails. And those things are about 3 inches long each.
Wow.
Telling you.
And
Yeah, he must take a lot of collagen.
until he talks. You can't tell whether he's a he or a she until he talks.
You'll be able to tell. Like the drag queens are gonna have their makeup, and it's gonna be like excessive makeup. They're gonna have long nails. They're gonna be wearing like sparkly dresses. Like it's gonna be very obvious that
They'll
they're
look like an it.
No, they're gonna look so pretty.
Yeah, they're gonna be like overly dressed. Like they're going to stand out. They're gonna have the long nails, the makeup, like the eyelashes and the hair with the glittery dresses and the high heels. Like it's going to be obvious that they're a drag queen.
That's the
Yeah.
prettiest man I've ever seen.
Trust me,
Yeah,
Kenny.
I
You'll
love
know.
it, Scott. Kenny will have a shirt on that says "I'm on the wrong boat," but it needs to say "I'm on the wrong ship." Yeah, Linda says they look prettier than many women.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's because they've got the makeup and they've got the eyelashes and they've got the hair done. They're wearing the dresses, the high heels.
They're gonna look mighty fine, Kenny. This is why we're trying to educate you to make sure you know the difference.
The way I tell a drag queen from a real woman is her name.
The name.
Her name's Rick Paul or Divine. I know they're a drag queen.
Yeah, they're gonna have that name like Champagne, or like they're gonna have weird off the wall names that aren't a real name. Like
Rainbow.
Princess something, or like their name's not gonna be like a normal name, like it's gonna be extravagant.
You keep talking about all these different names. You got me scratching my head. I went out with a couple of them with that name.
Honeymoon over Miami.
Everything turned out fine.
As far as you know, anyway, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's scary. That's a scary thought.
Yeah, he got drunk and had a good time. That's all that mattered, right?
No, really.
Hey, $20, $20.
I'm in the wrong chat now.
But Brene, I've learned that you're in the wrong chat when Kenny is present. Like it's Kenny who causes us to be in the wrong chat. We're not causing him to be in the wrong chat. It's the other way around. And
I think so. I believe
I mean,
so.
the common denominator of being in the wrong chat is Kenny.
Kenny. It's all Kenny's fault.
It is.
Kenny,
What's that?
how long you go without laughing tonight?
How long can I go without laughing?
10, 9, 8,
8.
7, 6, 5,
That's not working, people.
4, 3. There we go.
Kenny?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. No comment.
Just kidding.
Kitty B, double D. Have you seen any pineapples or beavers lately?
Have I seen any pineapples or beavers lately?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
Kenny B, Kenny B.
I wouldn't trust a beaver veto.
I ain't touching that one either.
Nope. I sent him a picture of a pineapple the other day, though.
Upside down?
It was upside down. I was holding it upside down. I was at work.
Oh.
Somehow, somebody went and got a pineapple out of the walk-in and put it on the counter, and I took it up and took a picture and then put it up. I have access to pineapples at work.
The poor pineapple. It'll never be the same again.
No, and that poor pineapple didn't do anything to deserve it. Except be a pineapple.
You can't go on to. You can tell the difference between that and a real woman, but because they don't have any cellulite.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, Linda, we will get Kenny's picture taken with the drag queen.
Several of them.
No, I actually taught Linda at Camp Go to One. She did not know that. Upside down pineapple meant swingers.
I thought you were going to say that you told Linda that you were going to meet a drag queen and take a picture with the drag queen.
Yeah.
Kenny's educating the women now. Mm-hmm.
Danny Blaine and I have educated Kenny on a lot of topics, and then everybody's jumped in and educated him on a lot of topics in the last 2 years.
And he's paying it forward.
Yep.
Awesome.
I've even educated them.
Yep.
This community rocks.
You've passed on that knowledge that people have shared to you.
Well, we're in Indiana.
We are already.
Fixing to be. We are now.
Yep.
What's going on in Indiana?
Looks like construction. Or
It-
destruction.
Isn't it
See-
all?
I like driving at night, and I'm blind as a bat, but if I follow the big semis, I can see. But it's so much less traffic. However, that's when they work on the roads.
Yep.
There you go. You never get anywhere. Never get anywhere in all these highways.
I tell you what, I used to like to drive at night, but I got one of them lights bother me.
Yep.
Just, I guess that happens when you get older. I want to drive at night. And in Texas, it's sort of a bad deal driving at night. There's too many deer and hogs and
Oh, wow.
on the road.
Really?
Hey, so I'm going to drop down so I can probably try to get some sleep since I've been up since 3:30 this morning with a 2-hour nap. So,
Amy wants to pass out.
yeah. Yeah. So
You
it's
sure
been-
does.
Ooh, and I can see the moon out of the window. So it's been fun, and I will see y'all later.
You have a good
Bye,
night.
Amy.
Good
Good night,
I'll be in
Amy.
chat.
Good night.
I'll still be listening and have chat on. So, all right,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. We'll entertain you.
That was good to see you, Amy.
Well, we're gonna go about 10 more minutes, and I'm about ready to shut it down. We've been on 2 hours already.
Oh, for crying out loud. Here I am rocking and rolling tonight and singing and everything. And now you want to shut me down and go to sleep. Wow.
Well,
Well, come here, darling.
Who?
Who?
Who are you talking to? Kenny or Ron there?
Rhonda?
Ron.
Oh,
Ron Outdoors guy. Truck
I
driver Ron.
thought he had done changed his name to Rhonda.
No.
not yet.
He's tagging them trucks up, ain't he, baby?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Van Life Rocks is still in here. Don't forget to call me or text me, Mr. Ray. I was waiting for your phone call. He had me waiting today. But I did get a text from Maddie Van Halen today. So
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna go. He'll be in Oregon. And I was donating some days off. I was donating some of my days for the campsite. So I had talked to Ron Darrell right there, and I was talking to Maddie Van Halen on the days that I'm not going to be using my campsite. So
I've got a couple of appointments in the next 2 days, and then I'll know a little bit more about going.
okay, no worries. I mean, no worries. The campsite's going to be there, so no worries. But Maddie's going to be there and use my campsite from the 14th through the 17th. So if you want to do it too, both of you guys can share it. No big deal. Like I said, up to 8 people could be in the campsite, but only 2 vehicles. So he'll be there, I guess, on the 14th using, parking his vehicle there. And if you're going to do that too, both of you guys can park your vehicles there.
Yeah, well, I'll be driving that pickup with that cab over on it, so just wherever I park, well, I'll be home.
Oh, okay. Whichever way, doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of people. I noticed the Facebook page. A lot more people, names I've never heard of. They're going to be there, but I'm not sure if it's just going to be on one day or if they're going to stay on camping. Who knows? But it's going to be exciting.
Well, that's like me. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up there.
I'm going to be all over the place. Gypsy. Just call me Gypsy, all over the place. But I'm glad Box Van D was able to make it up there. She's hanging out with Dream on Wheels. So I'm glad she went up.
Well, is she gonna try to come to Oregon?
I believe that's the plan. She's hanging out with Dream on Wheels. They're slowly driving north in California and will be in Oregon eventually.
Okay. Well, at last I'd heard, she wasn't going to try to make it. Dang.
Yeah, she's been with Travis and I.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Telling you. Surprise, surprise.
I'm going to start backing out of this thing because I've got to go see the vampires in the morning about 7. So I got to get up early.
All right, I'll drop out and let you guys go for tonight.
All right.
There's another live going on too that I can jump in.
Yeah, well, welcome back. Come on back, Ron, when you can. Enjoy it.
Oh, I will. I'll be around.
Absolutely, Ron.
I'll holler at you guys later, and if anybody wants to go to it, it's his channel's called Rescue.
Rescue.
Yeah, he's a ex-firefighter.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, he's a cool guy. But I'll holler at you guys later. Have fun and talk to you soon.
All right, be good, Ron.
You drive
See you
safe,
guys.
Ron. Okay,
Thanks.
have a good one.
Mary does.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming up too, girl.
Why,
I think
sure.
I'm gonna try to catch some Z's before the Down Under Cruisers come on.
Oh, gosh. What time do they go on tonight, Kenny?
They come on at it'll be 3 a.m. your time,
3 a.m. my time. Oh, my goodness.
and it'll be 6 a.m. mine.
Wow. Vampires. Alrighty, guys. Well, it was fun, short but sweet. And everybody in the chat, you all take good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you again, no matter
Good,
where you're at.
good night, Gail. Good night, everybody in the chat. And Kenny, you have a good one.
Good night, Ron. Good night, Bernie, and good night,
Good night,
everybody. in the
Papa. Good night,
chat.
Papa, out there.
Bye. Good to hear your voice. He says good to hear your voice.